Let's go. April coming in hot with that Saiyan Saga hype. How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We got another Dokkan Battle video for you here today, and we have the reveal for the April Dokkan Fest exclusive, and it is a tag Vegeta and Nappa from the Saiyan Saga. So in this video, we're going to go ahead and take a look at their details, their animations, and more, and give our thoughts on this upcoming Dokkan Fest exclusive. So let's go ahead, let's hop on in, and let's start by taking a look at those animations. So first things first, let's go ahead and let's pause our lo-fi here. All right, we'll give you a minute, adjust your music, do whatever you need to do, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a look at these incredible animations. Okay, oh, this must be for the banner unit here. Yeah, there's a banner unit, Cyberman, just kind of funny. Oh no, poor Yamcha. No. Poor Yamcha. Oh, dude. No way is this their entrance. Dude. That is so hype. Is this his active skill? Oh, it's a giant ape. Oh, more giant and giant ape Nappa. They both go giant ape. What? Okay, so that's the Vegeta side. And then we tag into Nappa. Oh, dude, these actually look pretty clean for TURs. Oh, it's an AoE. Nice. It is active. No, what is this OST? What is that OST? Oh, it's a target. Dude, that was so cool. Oh my god, that is awesome. They kind of went all out, didn't they? Like, for TUR animations, that actually looks pretty sweet. All right, well, let's go ahead. Let's take a look at what they're doing here. All right, starting with the Vegeta side. So they are an extreme AGL type. Why does why do we keep getting Vegeta's pre-Namek that are AGL, right? The last Scouter Vegeta we got was AGL too. Anyways, they lead Saiyan Saga or Accelerated Battle for HP 200% and attack defense 170%, and additional 50% for mission execution, giant 8 power, and final trump card. Is mission execution going to be the type this year? Right? There's always one category that keeps getting buffed throughout the year. Is it going to be mission execution? I feel like it's mission execution. Anyways, all right. So Saiyan Saga Accelerated Battle. All right, that's a decent leader skill, actually. Accelerated Battle is a really good leader skill. All right. Okay, moving on. So the Vegeta side, right? This is where you're going to be starting. Attack defense 250%, receives an additional key 1 per AGL key sphere obtained, and transform into critical hit and damage reduction rate 40%. Saiyan Saga or Giant 8 power allies, love that. Attack defense 40%. With 1 or more AGL key sphere obtained, or 1 or more rainbow key sphere obtained, he gives Saiyan Saga or Giant 8 power allies an additional 20% and effective against all types. When attacking, he gets attack defense 150%, damage reduction rate 20% once only, and attack defense 100%, launches an additional attack that has a 70% chance of becoming a super attack, and attacks guaranteed to hit when facing only one enemy. After performing 2 or more attacks in battle, he permanently launches an additional attack that has a 70% chance of becoming a super attack, and permanently has an additional 20% critical hit. After performing 6 or more attacks in battle, he launches an additional attack that has a 70% chance of becoming a super attack, and another 20% critical hit. For every attack performed, he gets 150% attack and damage reduction rate 7% within the turn. When facing 2 or more enemies or starting from the 3rd turn from his entry turn, he meets up with Nappa and performs a reversible exchange. So no turn 1 exchange on this one. I guess we got too spoiled with that, right? So unless, of course, you're facing 2 enemies, which doesn't happen often. There's a few fights where you can do that, okay? Looking at his active skill. So his active... What? Raises attack by 1700% temporarily. Causes ultimate damage and seals super attacks for 1 turn. Ooh, I like that tech on an active skill. Changes Fizz Key Spheres to Rainbow Key Spheres, and Saiyan Saga allies attack 20% plus an additional 20% for Extreme class for 1 turn. Okay, so that's nice. So an additional support buff plus his own damage that he's doing through his attack. And it can be activated when facing 1 enemy. Before or after reversible exchange. So you basically on your reversible exchange turn, you'll be able to use this as long as you're facing 1 enemy. Okay, nice. Okay, how about that? How about those attacks? So raises attack for 4 turns. So he's stacking for 4 turns. The Vegeta side. So this is the Vegeta side. This is where we're going to be most of the time, right? So interesting. Seems pretty good. Curious how all that damage reduction is going to work, right? Because he's got 40% damage reduction here, plus an additional on that first turn when attacking. But he's got it looks like his defenses are pretty decent. He'll be launching multiple attacks. He's probably looking, I'm going to guess, probably more of like a slot 2 character, because 40% doesn't seem like it's going to be all that much in terms of damage reduction, especially without guard. So he's definitely going to be slot 2 character. But let's check out the Nappa side, right? So Nappa side, right? Facing 2 or more enemies or starting from the 3rd turn. So Nappa here, attack and defense 780%. Wow, that's a big buff. High chance of launching an additional super attack. Defense 150%, damage reduction rate 50%, and then once only an additional 30%. Defense 50% and damage reduction rate 20% when facing 2 or more enemies or when HP is 70% or less. So if you can keep your HP below, you're gonna have, what is that, 70% damage reduction permanently, 100% damage reduction on his first appearance if you're facing 2 or more enemies or below 70%. After receiving 5 attacks, Saiyan Saga allies get attack 5% and an additional 10% for characters who are extreme class. So 15% after receiving 10 attacks. Saiyan Saga allies 5. That is such a weird, plus 10% for extreme. Okay. For every attack received, 78% attack up to 780% and chance for a critical hit within the turn. Okay, interesting. So Nappa's definitely going to hit like a truck. Again, still not sure. I mean, as long as you could keep his damage reduction rate up, it'll be probably okay. I worry about them not having guard, but I mean, with 70% damage reduction, that could be pretty decent. Let's check out his super attack effect. Okay, well, hold on. Let's check this. The active skill. Active skill, 2 or more enemies. Guards, all it's there it is right there. Okay, oh, but it's only for the turn. Okay, so his active skill, there we go. So there's my worry right there. All right, so he does get guard, but only on the active skill turn when he's using that target attack. So now his passive makes sense. His passive is designed for you to use, get those buffs, get all of those attack towards him as he builds that 780% attack. So Nappa's going to hit pretty hard on that active skill turn. Very nice. And his super attack effect, greatly raising defense for 4 turns, greatly raises attack for 1 turn, causes miss damage to all enemies. Yeah, okay, nice, not bad. So the defense will come through his super attack effect. So what this means, right, since neither one of them, right, so Vegeta, since he's not getting defense on his super attack effect, he's going to be able to gain a lot of defense through passive buffs, right? So if you have a lot of extra support, that's going to help him a lot. Same goes opposite for him, right? So okay, nice. Now we do have a Cyberman character. How's this Cyberman looking? Right, so this is the banner unit. Permanent attack. Activates the entrance animation when there's an ally who includes a Cyberman or a Nappa on the team when there's a Saiyan Saga category enemy. Alright, so guarantee we're probably getting a Supreme Magnificent Battle Saiyan Saga, like 100%, given that condition right there. Alright, attack and defense 150%, randomly changes key spheres a certain type to rainbow, so that helps out the Vegeta. When attacking with 12 or more key, 200% attack defense, damage reduction rate 50% for 6 turns, and launches an additional super attack per Saiyan Saga ally on the team, attack and defense 150%. So if you're going to use them, you want a full Saiyan Saga team. And per ally whose name includes Cybermen attacking in the turn, 180%. I mean, how many Cybermen are you going to have? You're not using the other Cybermen. So, I mean, he's only pretty much getting that himself because, like, you're not using the N-rated Cybermen, right? So, yeah. I mean, unless... no, there's no other Cybermen. No, that's pretty much it. Unless they're releasing multiple of these. Maybe they'll release some free-to-play. In fact, that's honestly what they might actually do. There might be some free-to-play Cybermen available that you'll be able to use to activate that part of his passive. All right, anyways, launches super attack. Additional super attack launches an additional attack that has a medium chance of becoming a super attack. So he could potentially be really good on a full Cyberman team if they go that Cyberman route with the free-to-play Cyberman. So they could definitely do it. Raises attack and defense for 1 turn. Okay, so I mean, he seems decent. Nothing too crazy here. Definitely no Pui Pui or Yakon level, supports, but still pretty decent. All right, but Nappa and Vegeta look really, really good. So, with that in mind, right, we got nothing much coming as of right now. They might be giving us some more details when the details drop for the celebration in 2 days. But we got All Out Serious Battles and Ultimate Clash, of course, and our new Dokkan event are coming. So we should be about 2 days out from this. Now, the big question on everybody's mind is, of course, well, who will EZA during the celebration? Now, the obvious answer is the god himself, Raditz. The meme will live on during this celebration, although I'm kind of curious if it might not be Raditz, although Raditz would make sense because he is, one, he's on the leader skill for the, actually, is he? Wait, what is their leader skill again? Is he on the full leader skill? What is it? What is the secondary leader skill? Mission Execution, Final Trump Card, Giant Ape Power. Is Raditz on Mission Execution? He is. Okay, so he is on the full leader skill. So this is a good chance he's probably the EZA. But because this is Nappa and Vegeta, which happens after Raditz, right? When we look at the Saiyan Saga category, there's actually, a non-zero chance that it isn't them. And it's actually these guys here, Gohan and Piccolo, since they do fight against Nappa. Hard to say. Raditz would make the most sense, but we are in realm for 2023 EZAs, although these guys are a late 2023 EZAs. We literally got, Fizz, Kid Goku during Saiyan Saga, and he was one of during Saiyan Day, and that was one of the later GFEs for 2022. So, it's possible. It would be silly for them to do that, although, are they on Final Trump Card? I think they are. No, they're not on Final Trump Card. So, that should give us pause, but not to say that they couldn't do something with the Part 2 LR for these guys. Speaking of, right, I do think, I find it highly unlikely that we're going, if they're putting Nappa and Vegeta here now, I think that means there's a good chance where we won't get a real true Saiyan Saga celebration anytime soon, which means they might just go all out here, and we might also see, these guys, honestly, if they don't EZA here, they could easily EZA on a Bonamass and Disciple celebration. That could come later, because that's an easy category. It's a buff. But as far as the Saiyan Saga goes, I could definitely see them going all out, dropping the Goku and Piccolo EZAs, because they are also on Final Trump Card. So these guys could get an EZA. And then also, if they're smart, they will EZA these guys, as they would be the perfect link partner for them. Sub EZA these guys who came with. Oh, actually, they can't sub-EZA these guys, because if they were going to sub-EZA these guys, they would have to EZA the Gohan and Piccolo. Oh, Gohan and Piccolo might actually be the EZA. No. Oh, no. But anyways, this would be smart for them to sub-EZA these guys because they would be really good partners for them. Or at the very least, the STR Nappa, if they decide to do Raditz, right? Because Raditz, Nappa was Raditz's banner unit, so would make sense to do him, right? He could easily be their slot 1 unit if they do handle him correctly, as he is a pretty he was before a decent enough tank in slot 2 or 3, so if they could play him right, you could easily make him their good slot 1 unit for the Cybermen, for the Nappa and Vegeta. It just depends on how they decide to hold it. And it is, now that they've EZA'd UI Goku, what I will say, and it's crazy, I don't think they'll do it, but it's not out of the question. Now that they super EZA'd UI Goku, it's honestly not out of the question that we start getting super EZAs for, where are the guys like these? It's not out of the question that they could super EZA as well. I think it's highly unlikely, but just saying it's there. Now, what they should do, since this is a Saiyan Saga celebration, is not forget about these free-to-play units, right? The Tech Tien, the AGL Gohan and Piccolo, these, the Yamcha, the Krillin, actually the Krillin's Ant, right? This is a different Krillin. And then the Fizz, Chiaotzu, like they should EZA all of those guys and then super EZA the version Z Goku with whatever the part 2 is, who I'm assuming is probably going to be either the Z Fighters, maybe, or even just like Goku by himself for the part 2 LR. I could see that, like a Goku that goes Kaioken for the part 2 LR, right? Like Goku showing up and killing Nappa, sort of redoing the version Z Goku animations, but good, and then dropping into Kaioken to face Vegeta. We'll see. Either way, really, really excited. I mean, even if it is a monthly TUR, this could potentially be a really, really cool celebration. So we'll see how it ends up if they do it right. But the animations look great. The unit itself looks pretty cool. Nappa looks like a monster, so I can't wait to test them out in game. So, guys, that's it for the video. If you like the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let us know, what do you think of Nappa and Vegeta coming for the April Dokkan Fest. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.